The Chinese app DeepSeek has unseated ChatGPT to become the most downloaded AI-driven chatbot in Apple's US App Store.
Analysts say the company appears to have
say it
created its
uses
own
less
AI
data.
technology.
The release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call for our industries.
Has sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley and through...
What if I told you a tiny Chinese startup just did the impossible? They built an AI model as powerful as OpenAI's GPT-4 for 1/20th of the cost. And in the process, they vaporized $600 billion from Nvidia's market value overnight. This is DeepSeek, a $6 million underdog rewriting the rules of AI. But how did they outsmart Silicon Valley's giants? And why is big tech scrambling to keep up? Buckle up. This isn't just a tech story, it's a revolution. Let's get one thing straight. DeepSeek isn't playing by Silicon Valley's rules. While tech titans like OpenAI and Google bet billions on brute force AI, throwing money at bigger, hungrier models, this Chinese startup took a scalpel to the status quo. Their playbook? Smarter, not bigger. Founded by a team of renegade engineers, DeepSeek cracked the code on architectural efficiency. Imagine building a Formula One car, but using bicycle parts. That's their genius. By leveraging techniques like reinforcement learning and mixture of experts' architectures, they've engineered AI models that punch far above their weight. Here's the jaw-dropper. While OpenAI burned billions training GPT-4, DeepSeek's R1 model achieved comparable power for just $6 million. Let that sink in, 5% of the cost. But here's the kicker. Their models aren't just cheaper, they're leaner, faster, and sip energy like a hybrid engine in a gas guzzler world. So why does this matter? Because DeepSeek just proved that the AI arms race isn't about who spends the most. It's about who thinks differently, and that changes everything. What does it take to transition from managing billions in finance to leading a cutting-edge AI revolution? In the fast-paced world of artificial intelligence, one visionary stands out with exactly this remarkable journey. Meet Liang Wenfeng, the mastermind behind DeepSeek, founded in 2023. But this isn't where our story begins. To understand the brilliance behind DeepSeek's innovations, we need to turn back the clock to 2015. Picture this. It's 2015, and Liang is co-founding High Flyer, a quantitative hedge fund that would soon revolutionize financial trading in China. But what made this fund different from countless others? The answer lies in its DNA, artificial intelligence. Under Liang's leadership, High Flyer didn't just grow, it exploded. By 2019, they were managing over $10 billion in assets. The industry took notice, and in 2018, the Golden Bull Fund Award recognized their groundbreaking approach to AI-driven trading. From managing billions in quantum trading to pushing the boundaries of artificial intelligence, Liang Wenfeng's journey isn't just a success story, it's a blueprint for innovation. In the high-stakes game of global AI development, DeepSeek isn't just participating, it's rewriting the rules. And as we watch this story unfold, one question remains. What groundbreaking innovation will Liang Wenfeng and DeepSeek unveil next in their quest to reshape the global AI landscape? In labs from Silicon Valley to Shenzhen, a new Cold War is raging, not with missiles or nukes, but with algorithms, data, and silicon. This is the global AI arms race, where nations are pouring trillions into a single goal: dominance over artificial intelligence. The stakes? Control of the 21st century. The prize? Power over everything from warfare to wealth. And right now, the battle lines are being drawn. Let's pull back the curtain. First, the United States, home to OpenAI, Google, and Nvidia. Their strategy? Unleash private sector giants with near-limitless funding. Think ChatGPT, self-driving cars, AI fighter pilots. But there's a catch. Innovation moves fast, but so do ethical dilemmas. Then there's China. With state-backed giants like DeepSeek and Baidu, they're playing chess, not checkers. Their mission? Dominate AI by 2030. And they're doing it with brute force data collection, facial recognition, and a $150 billion AI budget. But this race isn't just for superpowers. Look at India, where startups are building AI for farming and healthcare, tools that could lift millions from poverty. Or Israel, turning AI into a $30 billion defense industry. Even Kenya is training its own AI models in Swahili. The AI race isn't just about who finishes first. It's about who sets the rules. Will it be democracies valuing privacy, autocracies craving control, or a fractured world where AI becomes the ultimate weapon? One thing's certain, this isn't sci-fi anymore. It's happening now. And the choices we make today will echo for centuries. Let's see, what does that AI expert saying about DeepSeek? Dr. Ben Goertzel, founder of SingularityNet, said that
decentralized databases don't automatically solve all of AI's problems, but they do push us closer to an AI ecosystem that is more secure, user-controlled, and censorship-resistant, which is an important step forward. The shift from centralized AI data monopolies to decentralized architectures won't immediately create more intelligent AI, but it will create a more open and accountable AI infrastructure, which is just as crucial. The advantages of decentralized AI databases, such as enhanced data ownership, privacy preservation, and fewer single points of failure, are clear. However, they don't inherently address core AI challenges like hallucinations, limited compositional reasoning, or self-awareness. AI models running on decentralized infrastructure still face the same cognitive limitations as their centralized counterparts. Overcoming these challenges requires fundamentally different AI architectures than those underlying systems like OpenAI or DeepSeek.
Bank great Mark Hamrick joins me now for more on that. Mark, thanks so much for coming on. So explain this like we're five, right? What sets DeepSeek apart from American AI companies, and what's the potential impact?
Yeah, what's interesting in the stock market is essentially those who thought that spending would be much more robust in this space at higher prices for companies like Nvidia or Broadcom are now concerned that, well, maybe some of those profits and some of that spending is put at risk, because if what we're told is true, the creation of this new app, this new technology, a large language model called DeepSeek R1, was done with less resources, less cost, more efficiency. Ultimately, this is a good thing for all of us, because that means that we don't need to have the equivalent of a moon race like the Apollo 11 mission to the moon to get this done. It might be something much more efficient and less costly. And the other interesting thing about this is that it was done using open source rather than sort of doing it in a closed information environment. So collaboration appears to have been one of the keys here. And by the way, the Chinese are supposed to have been essentially limited with respect to their technology purchases because of export controls. And so if those guardrails were in place for this, and we don't necessarily know that that was entirely true, or at least Biden, they did it with less sophisticated technology, not the top of the line stuff. And so this is why Wall Street and others are scratching their heads going, maybe some of the things we assumed earlier weren't always true.
Some are also saying they did it with just $6 million, which is, a tiny fraction of what OpenAI has spent so far. Where's that number coming from, and how significant is it if it's true?
Well, I think we always need to take information somewhat with a grain of salt when it's coming from China. But let's just say that it is highly credible. That means that it's done at a 10th or 100th of the cost of some of the other rival technologies. And, the assessments have been that the product is as good as many of the rival products out there, maybe Google's Gemini being the exception that's still higher on the top of the list. list. Listen, we've known for quite some time that this was going to be a global AI arms race, and incumbents don't always win the race. We can think back to the early days of the internet, where some of the very first search engines aren't around any longer. Sometimes it's the second, third, fourth generations of technology that prevail. And so this does underscore why it's important for the U.S. to continue to maintain a very strong position, which gets not only to essentially the processes of efficiency and cost management or expenditures, but also the hardware investment that is required for getting AI done.
My MySpace account agrees with you there, Mark.
Yeah.
Bankrate Senior Economic Analyst Mark Hamrick. I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot more about this over the next few days. Mark, thank you.
Thank you.